Hello everybody, welcome to Tiffany Lives Tarot. I'm Tiffany and I make tarot down to earth and practical so you know exactly how to move forward with your life. Please subscribe to my blog at tiffanylives.com. You get a free 10-minute reading just for signing up. And if you are already on the blog, then you know that this is not the weekly reading, but rather a special reading for unity, healing, and change, because it has been a crazy ride from the last week and a half all the way for the last 3 months, and for some of us, our whole lives. And what do you do in these times of very high chaotic crisis? What do we do? It can feel a little overwhelming as an individual. We feel like we don't matter. And because, the protests are going to be finished soon and people are going to be going home. And, well, let's see. Where does our personal power lie in times like this? All right, we've got the Hanged Man and we have the Three of Earth. Now, when we get the Hanged Man, this is a card of introspection, of deliberately going within, withdrawing from the chaos, from the noise, taking a time out, and for us, really examining how we have felt over this period of time and what that means to us and what we want to be different moving forward. And don't cripple your thinking with the mindset that just because you are one person, you can't make these changes. It's not about you doing something like making a big sweeping change all by yourself. It's about enough people wanting change in a proactive way that creates the change. But we have to start somewhere. We have to start with ourselves. And the Hanged Man is the perfect card for that, because when we see this, we know it's time to go within. He's hanging upside down because he's looking for a new perspective. He hung himself upside down. It's not a punishment. He wants a new perspective. And I'm sure if you've been connected in any way to what we've been watching and experiencing, that your perspective on some things have grown and shifted, or maybe there's even something new coming up for you. And it's clearly important to get some clarity on this, because this Three of Earth card is all about building a foundation. And with the Earth, this is always about our society, our culture, the places that we live and work. And with the Three of Earth, this is the foundation. It's a new foundation and it's solid. And so where does your personal power lie? It lies in stopping the noise, withdrawing from the chaos, getting clear so that you can be a solid foundation as we move forward. This is really about making ourselves that solid foundation, because obviously one person know that they can't change the laws and all that other stuff. But if we as individuals are our own solid foundations, that's where the change comes from. And how do we bring this forward into the world? Okay, we've got Strength and we've got the Hermit. Very interesting. The Hermit is another card of introspection, reflection. It's a card of learning, but it's also a card of wisdom and becoming wiser, because you've gone within, you have withdrawn in order to learn. And what we are learning right now is how to best use our strength. And learning how to use our strength and be proactive with it is all about taming that angry lion that we have within. We have seen a lot of lion energy around us right now. It's very amplified. And the key is not to let that lion that we all have, that passion and that rage, not to let that attack, not to let that overcome us, but to use that energy and convert it into this wisdom. Convert it use the energy instead of for lashing out, for doing something constructive, for building yourself up as a foundation. Because if you can control your anger and use it in a constructive way, now you've got some real power. And that is wisdom. Okay, well, and how do we do that? We need to question our motives. We need to know why. If you're building a new foundation, you don't want it to be weak. You want it to be strong. You want your foundation to be solid. And the only way we do that is by continuing to push ourselves and asking why? Why is it important? Why does it need to change? Why can't that wait? We need to answer these questions for ourselves. We need to know our own bottom line if we are to build a solid new foundation in a way that is constructive, not destructive. We've had enough of that. We see how a faulty foundation can really get you into hot water. I mean, our whole country, the foundation that our whole country was built on is frankly just tragic. And we're seeing the effects of that play out in front of our lives, in front of our eyes and our lives. And not just this week, over and over again. All right. What to do when you're feeling overwhelmed because you are one person? Well, we've got recovery and we've got peaceful resolution. Interesting how we started with the hermit, going within to reflect and recover and regroup, and here we're ending with the recovery card. We always have to go within first. We have to get clear. We have to get clear from the inside out and put that lion, let that lion work for us instead of us getting worked by that lion, that passionate energy. When we give ourselves that time for recovery, for regrouping and introspection, that brings us closer to our peaceful resolution. And we are all looking for that. We are all looking for that. Regardless of where we stand on any of these issues, we all want a peaceful resolution. Well, I hope this gives you some momentum to move forward and not feel so helpless. There's a lot to do according to these cards. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to make this reading a little more personal to you, please book a reading with me. And if you've got another issue on your plate that you're just out of ideas for how to resolve, it's a great reason to book a reading. Okay, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.